Hello, my dear friends. My name is Naneshwar, and I work and live in Germany as a senior front-end engineer. That's why I'm going to make a video on a topic which is actually most asked question whenever anyone, any professional, any working person land to Germany, which is how to do a city registration. So let me tell you what is a city registration is. So basically, city registration is a process that everyone has to do. It is a mandatory process. It's a compulsory process that everyone who is coming to a Germany, everyone who has landed to a Germany, they have to do a city registration. And if you have not done city registration, that basically means you are illegal immigrant in the Germany country. So try to understand the how crucial, how important is the city registration. Try to understand the sensitivity of this process. Okay, so what city registration actually means? So city registration means basically a city in which you are currently living in a Germany. You have to inform your authority, that your government authority, that you have this address and you are living on this address. Then you get a tax ID generated, and then government basically keeps a track of who you are, where you live, what is your profession, how much you earn, and what are the taxes that you're supposed to pay municipality. So all for the purpose of all those things, you need to do a city registration. So don't get overwhelmed by it. It's a very easy process. I'm going to explain you in very depth like how to do a city registration, what is the process, how you book appointment, how you apply for it, what forms you have to fill, what documents you need to carry, how you attend the appointment, what you need to do in the appointment, and what actually you get at the end of this process, and where exactly this registration certificate is important, what is its significance actually. Like, we are talking a lot about the city registration, but you get one certificate, what exactly I do with that certificate, where it is being used, what benefits I can avail. So all those things I'm going to explain you very clearly, very neatly in this video. Okay, so let's start with the first, how to apply for a city registration process. So basically, whenever you are going to apply for city registration, you need to have your address. Now, what does this mean? You need to have address means you need to have a secured apartment. So basically, finding apartment in Germany, it is not easy. Let me tell you straightforward, it's not easy. You have to go through some struggle. Like, it is easy, but if you have a lot of money with you, so if you search online on any platform, you'll get a lot of apartments. But if you see the prices, they are skyrocketing. You cannot, I mean, someone like me who is a middle class, I assume, you cannot bear the amount, you cannot simply bear that amount what it's being listed on that site. So you have to look for apartment which is economical and which is your pocket friendly. So finding an apartment in Germany, it is really tough, let me tell you that. And I want that this thing to sink in you, because whenever you are making this decision to come to Germany, you have to consider this factor. Finding apartment is not easy. I went through a lot of hustle personally, I know that. And maybe I'll make a separate video on that, like how to find the apartment. Finally, I got apartment which is in a very rich posh area, and I'm also paying a lot of money for that. But yeah, that's a separate topic, we'll discuss in another video. Let's come back to the city registration. Okay, so you need to have a valid address. That means you need to have a rental agreement. So whenever you are renting apartment, get the rental contract from your landlord. And there is one important document that you have to get signed from a landlord. So, and I am putting that document over here just for your reference, and I also have a PDF link of the document in the description that you can check. So you have to fill this document. It is totally in German. Don't worry, just use a Google Lens and translate it, and just fill the information about you in this document, and just get a sign of your landlord. And this document basically you need when you go to your appointment in the city registration office. So let's talk about how to book an appointment. So now I'm going to share my screen and show you how you book appointment for the city registration in the city registration office. So you just go to the Google and search for the city registration and just put the name of the city you are living in the Germany. So I'm living in the Düsseldorf in the Germany. So I put the Düsseldorf city registration, and this is what result I got. So you simply click on it. It is in the German. I know Anmeldung something, and I always use the browser translation because I'm not that pro in the German. So you just go here and look for the category of the registration. Now the view of this site is going to be a different, because this site basically corresponds to the Düsseldorf municipality. So each city has their site. For example, Munich is going to have a different site, Berlin is going to have a different, Hamburg going to have a different, Frankfurt going to have a different. But the gist is you have to look for the registration here. And the city registration is not just for a person who is coming from some different country to a Germany. It is also applicable to every German citizen. If you are moving from one city to another city, for example, I am a German citizen, I'm moving from Munich to Frankfurt because of my job reason. I have to deregister myself from the Munich and get registered to my new address in the Frankfurt. So it is applicable to everyone, not just like the someone who is coming from outside, like not for the only expats. So you go to the registration, and when you click on it, then you see registering a place of residence. This is what we are supposed to do, and you can read about it, like how what exactly it is and what is the process. They have mentioned on their site like you have 2 weeks after moving in to register one of the Düsseldorf citizens office. So it basically says you have 2 weeks. When you have moved to a new city, you get 2 weeks of time to do the registration, and you have to provide the confirmation. So there are two documents that are required. As you can see, they have given a link here also. So there is a registration form that you need to get. So this is the registration form, which is completely in German. You can just translate it and understand like what exactly that question corresponds to. But remember, when you are filling an answer, it has to be in a German. Don't put the English answer, put the German answer. So first 2 pages you don't need it, so don't print it. And help environment by saving a paper, we don't need this to for this first 2 pages, so don't print it. I would say you just need a second page and a third page, that's it. So there is nothing much inside this form. You just have to fill your name, your address, whether you're married, what is your gender, do you have kids, all that, from exactly where you are coming, what is your nationality, all those things. And ultimately you have to like decide, you have to also specify what kind of apartment you are living in. It's a one room or like how it's a one room, two room, like that. You have to specify the details of it, and you have to give your signature there. Okay. And there is one important thing I want you to pay attention and keep this in mind whenever you are doing it. There is one section in this form which is about the religion of applicant. So there is one question about what is your religion. So eine Religionseigenschaft. So it basically means are you a religious person? If you are, then what is your religion? Now be careful here. If you specify anything here, that basically means you are registering yourself in that religious community also. So if I mention here that if I'm a Christian, so that basically means I will be considered in the Christian community, and I have to pay a church tax, which is actually a hefty amount. It's 8% of your salary, something. I don't know how much it is, but I know like it's a hefty amount. So be cautious here. Don't mention any religion here. Just mention nine. That means basically I'm not a religious person, and you don't have to specify any religion here. But if you don't put anything here, or you can just put simply or you can simply just put a dash there. That basically means that it's not applicable or I'm not religious. But don't put anything apart from this. If you put anything like I'm a religious person, I belong to a Christian community or something else, then you will have a church tax which will be deducted from your salary monthly. So be careful about this field here, and fill it accordingly so that you don't end up paying the extra tax that you don't want to pay to a government. So you fill this document, and then there is this document which is Wohnungsgebersbestimmung, which is basically a document that your landlord has to sign on. So there are some details in it, like whether it's a private person, a Hausverwaltung, Firma. So you just fill it by like translate this to English, and whichever is applicable to it, you just like cross on it. There's a difference in the way we fill our normal documents in English, maybe in India or somewhere else, and in the way the documents are filled in the Germany. So if you have to like select some option, you don't click on just check, you don't check it, you put a cross on it. So that basically means I have selected this option. So for example, I have to select the Wohnungsgebring first option. I will cross this box. I will not just check it. I will put a cross here. So that's a way of filling a document. Then you put the details like the address of your apartment, what is the house number, what is the house number, what is the postcode, street number, all that, how many people are living in the apartment, and you get a sign from your landlord. So that's it. You just need these two documents. The first is the application form, and second is the document on which you have a signature of your landlord. So you just get those two documents, and then you book a appointment. So there is a button here to make an appointment online. You click on it, and then you have to select the category. So resident affairs I would select here. Then it says that these are the categories under the residence affair. Then I have reporting matters. I have to go there, and registration the Düsseldorf per person. So there you just have to select the number of person that will be attending the appointment. So if you are single, you just put a one there and go to a next, and then you have like this appointment just confirmation box. And now if you go to your next page, then you see that there are the dates available. This is the calendar view, basically what are the appointment slot available. So I see like the appointments from January 15, 2024 at 15 a.m. are available in their Ratstizens office, Münsterstraße, Funeral Act. So this is just the address. You have to choose the address which is near to your apartment. Just go to Google map and search for this addresses and see like which is near to your apartment and book the appointment into it. For example, I live in the Oberkassel, which is a rich people area. So I like selected the Oberkassel citizens office, and this is the address. And I like there is and there is the option to select the Oberkassel citizen office. I selected it. Then it go to a next page, and where it says no free appointment available. So this is going to be a case in a lot of time, because what happens is it sometimes has the appointment exhausted. So I suggest you look on the morning times of the Germany. I mean, in a CT time, usually in the 6 to 7, they open a new slot. So there are good chances that you see a slot available in that time. So look for the slot, and if you have slot available, you just click on it and appointment request. That's it, you do. So in this case, for the Oberkassel citizen office, it's not showing any slot. So just to show you like how it look, I will take you to maybe another city registration office. So it says that in the Kaiserwerth citizen office, appointment is available from January 15. So I just selected that, and there it has a calendar view where it says, okay, on Monday January 15, this is the time on which we have available slot. So if I click on 10:13, then it will take me to like the confirmation box. This is the time, date, and we want to go for it. So I'll click on yes, just for the just to show you how it looks. And there you have to fill your details, like what is your name, last name, email, your number, birthday. So you just fill these details and you click on reserve. After you click on reserve, you get an email on you in your inbox, and there you have the detail about your booking ID. So this is how email look like. You get a email confirmation, and in that email you have one QR code, and you get your number. So this QR code is important. So I'm going to show you a actual footage now, like how is the office there, and what exactly you do in your appointment. So basically you go to office, and on your appointment slot, ensure that you go there 15 minutes before, because Germans are too sensitive about the punctuality. Always reach there on a time, not just about the any appointment. It's in general here in Germany, whatever you're doing, be very punctual about the time. So you go there, and there's a waiting area, as you can see in these images. And there's a big screen on which the numbers are displayed, which basically means that which number is currently being served. So you go there, there is this machine, as you can see, and in front of this machine there is a camera. In the bottom section of this machine, you just put your QR code in front of that camera. It get that QR code scan, and then it basically tells you that okay, you have reached into the waiting area. So basically the number is displayed there, and then you just enter into a office, and there basically you just give them your document, two documents, basically your application form and the landlord confirmation with the landlord signature. So these two documents you give to them. You also carry the passport along with you, original passport, because they ask for it, and they ask the questions to you like, is it your first time you're coming to a Germany, or is it the first time you're doing city registration, and a few other details they may ask depending on your case. So it just take like 5 to 10 minutes. They just make an entry of your profile. They just make entry of your information into their system, and after that they print one document. So this is how a city registration document look like, and you have the details about you, like what is your name, what is your address, your contact details, what you do, what is your work profession, and all that. And this is the city registration document that basically you will need in a future for a lot of things. So when you get this certificate, The city registration officer also tells you that in a coming 2 or 3 working days you will get your tax ID delivered to your address. So for that, ensure wherever you are living you need to have a mailbox, a letter box down the stair, and on that letter box you need to have your name printed there. Now let's discuss about like what is its significance. So basically it is needed to generate your tax ID. As I was saying, you get your tax ID, and this tax ID basically you need to provide to your employer. It is similar like a PAN number what we have in India. So once you provide this tax ID to your employer, it basically means that you are a citizen of city and you are paying a taxes for all the things. And then like your tax category get decided. So if you don't have tax ID, you pay basically the highest level, which is a 42% of tax is getting deducted from your salary every month. Then if you have to choose your energy provider, for example, if you have to switch electricity provider, then you can use the city registration. If you have to open a bank account like I open a commerce bank account. Maybe I'll make another separate video on it, like how to open a commerce bank account, which I really suggest because commerce bank, these people speak English, not like the other banks. So I recommend the commerce bank part and the online version and the app version also to do the banking related things. If you want to like get a travel card, there is the Rheinbahn application. There's a Rheinbahn app from where you get your monthly traveling pass, which basically you can use in the bus, tram, trains to commute from one city to another or just in your city. So if you have to get that, you need a city registration for that also. So that is the significance of this document. So I hope I cleared the process, the documents required, and why we need this, all those things to you. If you have any questions, any confusion, or any silly doubt regarding this entire process, just let me know in a comment and I'll be more than happy to answer you. With that, thank you for watching and have a beautiful day. Bye bye.